finally is considering surgery. Why he didn't have surgery this offseason, I have no idea. Instead, he flew to Japan and New York, posted videos of himself running routes in parks while wearing a compression sleeve on his knee. Turns out he'll need more than a sleeve to stabilize that knee. Thank goodness the Niners drafted a wide receiver this year. Still, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners were to sign Deebo Samuel in the next few days. At this point, one of their best options. Wide receiver Mike Evans. He's a future Hall of Famer, but he's not playing like it yet. Today he ran a post and had a step on Ronaldo Green, but dropped the ball as he tracked it over his shoulder. I've seen him make that catch 100 times. He couldn't believe that he dropped. I couldn't believe this was his second. Even at his age, he's a work in progress because the Niners don't yet know how best to use him. Quarterback Mac Jones. It's early, but he's having a disappointing camp. Today he threw his third pick in 3 practices. He needs to stop dancing and lock in for a few weeks. Sorry. He looks like a backup quarterback right now. Quarterback Curtis Rourke. He looks like a rookie who will spend the season on the practice squad. I'd be shocked if he gets a spot in the 53-man roster. He's not good enough. Hey, twin. Done so much for me.
All right, let's get it in. Working Dad Chronicles. We getting things going here. Brought to you by Cavassier tonight. Gonna do Cavassier Pastor. Yeah.
Glad to have you with us from Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Purdue Boilermakers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
The Purdue Boilermakers have a unique and beautiful stadium. Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana is a fun place to watch a game. The gold and the black, the home of the biggest drum in all of the bands. Not only that, every time the team scores, a loud train whistle gets the crowd riled up. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Boilermakers headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So North Carolina's offense will go on the attack first.
Jordan.
And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
Out of the backfield, he's open. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Very little
Ain't got no
make
speed
the crowd
yet.
hold its breath like a
Got a
punt
vision.
return, and
He
he
got no
brought them to their feet on that one. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here comes Dylan Raiola. The Cornhusker transfer came in through the portal in the offseason. He had a tough game in that loss last time out. 3 times he threw picks and only 1 touchdown pass. The run inside. It's Martin. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Could be an alley. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll move the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Looking downfield, it's Chambers. Working on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. They're going to test the right side with this one. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 2nd down coming up. The play action fake. Got a man. It's Warren. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man on the right. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Working that wide receiver screen. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, the defense basically played that one perfectly, right? Against the RPO, they did a nice job staying back, hanging, watching the quarterback's eyes, and taking away any throw. And when he decided to try to keep...
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their 2nd drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
The Boilermaker offense heads out to get this drive started. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Running inside, it's Martin. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Pocket breaking down, and he never had a chance.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here's the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. This offense has it with really good field position. Going to the running game. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Offense gets set for 2nd down. After 1 quarter of play, let's take a look and see how these running backs are doing. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Off play action. Buys a little time. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy, and we heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
Under fire. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's why the quarterback tasted that dirt.
And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Purdue will start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own tip. Picked off. What a play!
You gotta fight for the ball,
Really
man.
nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field
Supposed to
position
cross
at the
the face.
34.
Cross the-
Looking to pass. It's Chambers. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Tar Heels come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Hands it off on the counter. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Tar Heels have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion. Got his man. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. They'll try it again from the 1 on second and goal. Pushes for the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. There he goes. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's first and 10 from the 31. Motion from the wideout. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The unproductive first down completion now brings up second and long. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. Defense trying to be physical in pass coverage took it a little too far, and the offense will pick up the first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Breaks the tackle. They stop him right there. A pickup of 10, enough for the first down, and we've also taken it to the 2-minute timeout. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Raiola to throw.
Throw the ball. If I say throw the ball, throw the ball.
God. 41. First
You know
down
my
sack
nerves, you
pushes
throw
it back.
something.
Now it's second down. Here's a heat.
No, you ain't gonna have
Nowhere
time to
close
throw.
on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now
Sorry,
they face third
guy.
down. Bunch formation for these receivers. From the gun on third down, Raiola. He'll take the deep shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue!
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel this. in some way, shape, or form.
Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
They just keep firing. Got his man. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. To the air, it's Chambers. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll go to the air. Punts it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Working that left side now. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. North Carolina will call its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Makes the catch. And he won't be able to push his way in. He's stopped at the 1. The Tar Heels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Touchdown, UNC! Fitted in the window for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here's Raiola to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throwing on the run.
Hold
And
on
it
to the
goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking downfield. It's Raiola. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Bringing the heat. It's complete on the right side. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Raiola to the air again. Got his man. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the number 3 team, the Indiana Hoosiers.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Finds a little space. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. The run inside. It's Martin. Maybe some room here. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. This time stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the delay, it's Martin. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield.
Turning it on. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The Boilermakers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Raiola. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Got his man downfield. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. The Boilermakers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's Ford. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. And the officials will stop play momentarily here to check on the shaken-up Boilermaker. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play together and got in the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first. Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, it's Chambers. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll send out the kicker here. Dead center perfect. And we've got a deadlock here in the third quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for room, it's Ford. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. At the end of that last play, there is a Tar Heel down on the field and shaken up. Heading into the fourth quarter, and both of these running backs have just been outstanding. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll give it to him again. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Final few minutes of this game. Two teams looking for their first win. One's going to get momentum. One will have to stop the season from spiraling. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Leaping grab for a big gain. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
I like the aggressive play call there on offense. You're taking a shot on 3rd and short, and maybe what you're thinking is, even if this is...
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They make the stop for no gain, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Got the quick pass. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. And the Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Martin. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Raiola from the gun on 3rd down. Grabs it. Touchdown, Purdue! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And it's go time. You need a play late, and the big tight end comes through for you. You find him. He does the rest, catches the football, gets in for the touchdown, and now you take the lead.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Hauls it in. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. North Carolina will call it second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out.
And how about the defense coming up with a big play late in this football game? Offense trying to put something together. But, man, they anticipated pass. They played with great vision in the back end, broke on the football, Palmer, and they called game.
Yeah, they had the lead. They knew the offense was probably going to have to be throwing the football to try to get back in this thing, and everybody's eyes on the QB. What a great job jumping in front of the pass. Forget knocking it down. Catch the ball, pick it off, end the game.
It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation.
Solo sung by one of Hey man, just want to let you know this credit card actually approved you with no credit. Much those little guys running around. Welcome back, Florida.
Glad to have you with us from Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the UCLA Bruins and the Purdue Boilermakers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey guys, checking in with the Bruins head coach before the game. He talked to me about the importance of this young running back. Just a freshman, he has continued to showcase his talent. They gave him an opportunity early in the season, and they have been rewarded. He continues to shine and be very productive at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to keep you posted on how he plays here in the first quarter. They're feeding him early and often. He's in the script. Can he keep the momentum going? We'll find out. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Bruins ready to kick it away first. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Boilermakers offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. He lost one run down the sideline. And that ball is caught. One hand grab. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
What an effort by the receiver to go up and make the play with just 1 mitt. You see it time and time again. I think the gloves are so amazing nowadays. If you ever put these gloves on, Jesse Reese, you know what I'm talking about. You just put a hand up there a lot of times. It sticks to it. It did there. Nice catch.
Throwing Raiola. Fires to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Absolutely center cut. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So UCLA's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. This coaching staff, really this entire offense, licking their chops to try to take advantage of this matchup. Running inside, it's Samuel. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later.
And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down on that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be 4th down. The kick is on its way. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Boilermaker offense heads out to get this drive started. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. Golly, you got him wide open. And that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the runway.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring.
He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
Here we go. Ready. Flag 14. Ready, go.
They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on 3rd down. He's not afraid to go deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Snags a quick pass on the left.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Wants to fire on second down. Quick strike complete. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Soft spot in the middle. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Now the play fake. Working the middle, it's complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Run in the red zone, it's Samuel. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just feeds the running back. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Never a doubt. And the field goal ties it up here in the second quarter.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Raiola to throw. He's got him. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Raiola. He uncorks one deep. He's got it down the field. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. Looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And there is no secret about it. Line up in goal line formation. I'm going to run the ball down your throat. My guys are more physical than you. 6 points on the play.
PAT unit on the field. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Samuel. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end.
I know everyone's yelling like you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires on the move. Pulls it in. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Just keeps slinging it. Makes the grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Bruins go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. And now a chance to pull even 1st and goal as we get late in the 1st half. Looking to throw. Spin move. Touchdown, UCLA! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they've put points on the board.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he makes the extra point. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Harris. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's Raiola to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to him, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to bat it away.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
He's got the back in the middle. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. To throw, it's Raiola. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Makes the catch. It's Martin. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The Boilermakers decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Boilermakers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Raiola. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Again, it's Raiola. He fires a bullet to the right. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding
Another
them.
drop.
They keep taking deep shots down the field.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to convert the 3rd down. Here's Raiola. Looking long.
He drops.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. 4th down, Raiola. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down. That pass interference call will give us one more untimed down in the half. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. Let's start with Texas, taking on the #1 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
I caught up with the Bruins head coach coming out of the locker room. They have found some positives here during this 3-game win streak, but right now, trailing in this game, their backs are against the wall. They get an opportunity here to start the 3rd quarter with some more momentum, and he said, we can't worry about the win streak, we just have to worry about doing our job. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. And the Bruins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Keeps it going. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Samuel. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give on the counter. Jumped on top of the pile.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Bruins. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treating him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. bring it back from inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Running inside, it's Martin. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Right back to it. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. It's a 1st and 10. Handoff to the single running back. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing Raiola. Makes the grab. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Raiola. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Snags it down the right side. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And this offense chooses aggressiveness, man. 3rd down and short, a lot of people think run, be physical. I got 4 downs. They say, no, bro. I know your defense is going to be aggressive. I might get a look I want to get. They got the look. Throw the bomb down the field and make the big play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
Catch
Receiver
the
wasn't ready for the
ball.
throw. Incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Samuel. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got his man in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
From midfield, looking for room. Can they catch him? He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Purdue will start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you gotta be...
Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Here comes the heat. Breaks loose. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get 1st downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Trying to bully their way in. Nowhere to go. Same song, 2nd verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Through 3 quarters of play, and both of these quarterbacks have put up some stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Purdue! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
This guy has been an absolute force in this offense early this season, guys. We're only in the third game. He's already got 3 touchdown catches. Talk about a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses.
Lining up to add another. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's on target and complete. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for any. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll go right back to him. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. It'll be 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! Still a 1-score game, and they've got a little breathing room.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. On the run, it's Samuel. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that.
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The screen, he's got wheels. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Fires to the right. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great place to start for this offense. The run inside. It's Martin. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their second. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? One more yard on this second down might just put an exclamation point on this one. They'll run it. It's Martin. He's brought down, but enough to move the sticks one more time and to move this game into the win column. The Bruins choose to use their final timeout here. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments they can jump up and bite you.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody. We're thrilled to have you with us from Denton, Texas, Apache Stadium. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the USF Bulls and the North Texas Mean Green. Reese Davis along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Hands it off. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They go right back to him. Makes it past the marker. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Give to the running back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this 1st drive.
After run, now throw. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. This time he wants to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Bulls! Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The give to the single back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Let's talk for a second here about USF. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
That whole building gets excited because transfer portal is one thing, but high school recruiting, when you can get somebody out of high school with some raw tools that are really good, you can see the future could be bright. You take those guys, you try to develop them instead of going into the transfer portal.
Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it. Ripped off the huge chunk play all the way to the 31-yard line.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Got him downfield. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, 1st and goal.
And the Bulls will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Under fire. Buried before he could blink.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Goes high to pull it in. They're able to ride him down, but not before he has flipped the field with a huge pickup on the play. And now they are set up coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Fires to the wideout. Williams open on the right side. Finally corralled, but not before he picks up the 1st down. The Bulls peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, USF! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete to Williams over the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Makes the catch. They've got the 1st down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Now USC will call its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. They get to him as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good...
Got a little grass. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Interesting 1st half, fellas. And an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 4 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Bulldogs in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this 2nd half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. Now back over to your game in Denton. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at lovely Dat-Q Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. Going to the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes.
There he goes. Oh, he got loose. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. And the Bulls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The give on the counter.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The officials will stop play as the training staff comes out to look at this injured Bull. The Bulls are rolling down the field. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Touchdown, Bulls. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Going for the big play. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to thread the field position. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Time to take a shot. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's going to take a shot. He's got it at the 30. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, South Florida. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Oh, they're after him! And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Stop running. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Looking for a big play. He's got it. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. They put another score on the board. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has...
Trying to beat the D deep. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
In this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.